Okay, so back to where we started from. To access any table, we need to make sure every time we hit a script, we need to make sure that our line one, it's the database. So the database is like, hey, this is my house. Okay, this is my house. This is just like a scenario. I'm gonna paint a scenario. This is my house, and this plugin belongs to my neighbor's house. So you can see we have two houses, right? This is your house. This is my house. And you're trying to go into a room in my house from your house. How's that possible? It's not possible. Yeah. So let's test that out and see what's happening. So it's saying that this plugins doesn't exist in U177. Does that make sense? So for us to access a table that has all plugins, we need to now use the other schema. We need to use the other schema. So it means that we need to lock this one, comment it out, then bring in use information schema. Then we can run it. So now this is your house. This is your house, and this is how it goes now. So we know that this all plugins does exist in this information schema. So if we run this, we get to see the result, right? Because we are basically pointing to the right database and the right table. All right. So you guys would practice this and make sure that this is what you do all the time. So now let's get to business. Let's get to business. Okay. All right. So this table was one of those situations where we want to test what's going on. Okay. All right. So I need a table for testing. I need a table for testing, and I need a table to do a show out to you guys. All right, before I go into the lecture proper. So I'm going to take a table. I have a favorite table on this table, and it's select all. Yes, that's my favorite table on this. On this, it has everything. Okay. So today I want to teach you something that you'll never ever forget. So take notes, try to take notes, try to take a look at my screen, and then we're going to talk about retrieval and we're going to talk about data types. So I want to show you a lot of retrieves, what to retrieve data from the screen. Okay. Let me know if you can see my screen. Okay. Give me thumbs up. Give me thumbs up if you can see my screen. Okay. If it's legible enough for you, give me thumbs up. So I want to retrieve all the columns from users only. In the first, let's look for users only table. All right. Thank you so much.
Realize,
So if you're not talking, please stay muted. All right. So this is users only table. All right. So in users only table, we noticed we have the columns being defined correctly. User ID is the primary key and is defined as integer, with a max of 11 digits. Okay, 11 digits. And first name is declared as a variable character. I will explain that in a minute. Last name, variable character. Email, variable character with a length of 100. Age, integer, 11, maximum character. Then country, variable character, length 50. Sign up date, declared as date. Okay, so this is coming from a create statement. Users only utilized a create statement to generate this table. All right, so we're going to talk about retrieve. So we're going to retrieve the data entered by users only. Okay, so we're going to do first and first, we're going to utilize retrieve all. Let me start from retrieve all, and then we take it off from there. All right? Good, good, good. If you're with me, I need thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Remember to take notes. So you have questions, you want to put your questions orderly, and I can answer them. Okay? So let's start from retrieve all. So if you need to retrieve all, this asterisk basically stands for what we mean by all. Asterisk stands or represents all. Okay, so when we say select all from users only, it returns all the columns on the table. Okay, we are going to do that real quick. So now we can easily see we have returned all the columns on the table: user ID, first name, last name, email, age, country, and then the sign up date. So we have user ID, first name, last name, email, age, country, sign up date. All right. So let's go to the next one. So the first one we did was selecting or retrieving all the columns from the table. So now let's get the data. Let's retrieve individual data or individual columns. Okay. From your table that was created by you. So, but this time around, we're basically practicing with table created by a user called Oli. Okay. So remember, we're not using all, right? But see, we want to retrieve individual columns. It means that, remember, this user ID is a column, first name is a column, last name is a column, email is a column, age is a column, country is a column. Then as well, the sign up date. Okay, so we're retrieving individual column, meaning just one column. So I want to retrieve first name. First name from users only. All right. So retrieving column first name from users only. Running my SQL, you noticed I've only returned users only, first name, till the very end. Only the column first name was retrieved. All right. So I have a question for Daniel Umba. So Daniel Umba, you have to come off mute. I have a question for you. So if I need to, Daniel Umba, are you off mute yet?
Yeah.
Yes, thank you so much. So if I need to retrieve multiple columns, what do I do? Multiple columns. What do I do? Okay, so if I need to retrieve multiple columns, it means that I want to do something similar to select user ID, comma, first name from users underscore only. So this is multiple columns. You're not returning every column in the table. You're returning multiple columns. It could be select user ID first name from user only. If we run this, we have the user ID and the first name. Say, for example, want to know where the user ID and the first name and the country the user is from. You add country to it, and then we run it as well. So this is multiple columns. We're returning multiple columns. All right. So now let's take another one. These are some basics that you guys did over the week, during the week. And then over the weekend as well, last weekend, you created the table, you inserted data into the table, then you decided to start querying the table. So I'm trying to simplify all this to let you know that how good and how far you've done, what the good job you've done. Okay. So let's do this. So we've done individual, we've done multiple, we've done all. Let's do limit. Okay. Let's do limit. Okay. Let's take a record. So basically, when you are on a job, okay? When you're on a job and you are given a task to basically test a data or run some analytics on data, you want to see what that data looks like, okay? And the data could be billions of rows. And when you do select star on billions of rows, that is a very, very expensive operation. So what you do is you want to see, oh, let me see the first 5 rows on that column. Okay, I want to see the first 5, I want to see first 10, I want to see just first row. So what you do, you utilize the keyword called limit. Okay, so instead of seeing the whole records in the users only table, I just want to see just first record. Okay, so if I run this, it returns just one record, one record, one record. Okay, one record. That's what happened. So let me call Miss Omar. Miss Omar, you there? You want to come off mute a minute?
Coach, I have a question. I'm sorry.
1 minute. Miss Omar?
Yes,
All right. So if I want to return 1,000, what do I need to do?
we'll edit the one and type 1,000 there.
We'll replace 1,000. Correct. That is it. So any number you intend to return, you just put the value in there and then you run. So if the record has 1,000 records, it will return 1,000 records. Okay. So it's similar to that. If it has 1,000 records, it will return 1,000 records and all that. Okay. So that is that part for limits. So somebody had a question. Yeah.
Yes, sir. I got confused with the limit returning each one. Would it return a row or a column
It
or
will it will return a row. Okay. So good question. Good question. So if it will return what you specify in the columns you selected. If you're retrieving multiple columns and you specify the number, you're going to get the number you return, okay? On a row. You're limiting the rows, not the columns. So to limit the columns is when you select multiple columns, individual columns, you're basically limiting the columns. So now we can limit the columns and then limit the rows. So watch this. Retrieve individual columns and also limit the rows. All right. So now see, if we do this, limit 1. All right. You would see that we only return one name. Right? It's a very clear concept, is it? Is it?
yes? Thank
All
you.
right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So the other aspect of this is very, very important in terms of how you manage your data, and you want to see what a table consists of, what the contents of the table is. And let's say, for example, I have some analysis to do, and I needed to know uh, the age, the country, unique age, unique country of a particular table, right? So let's get down to business. I'm being assigned this table, users only, and I really want to do some analysis on it. Like, I want to find out the counts of distinct. Okay, let's set some questions, some good questions. Who has a question to about this table? Anybody a question about this table that we can analyze?
I have another question. What about this table? I'm so sorry again. I know when we do we comment out, it doesn't affect when we run the query. But why does this affect when we limit and when we retrieve? I think I have a theory to that, but I want to get it explained better. I'm sorry.
No, please, your question again.
Okay.
Are you
On
talking
line
about the
9,
comments?
we commented it out, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it normally would not affect when we run a query, but why is this happening when we want to find particular limit? I don't know if I
Okay.
asked the question right.
Okay. It takes me to a subject before we take on this small demo I wanted to take you on. So let's talk about a concept called comments. We comment scripts. So this is just one type of comment, okay? A comment script is more like you're telling the compiler or the interpreter to skip all this. So the compiler will skip this due to the fact that it has a notation. This is a sign skip. It skips all this. You'll notice that any other script that ought not to be skipped, it has all the syntax in blue, all the syntax in white. What that needs to be checked has it all complete, right? So anything that has this sign comment, it will be skipped. So your question was talking about limit. Limit was not skipped in the query. Limit was commented out on the very top line 16, but it was not skipped when we were querying this. So now take a look at this. So if we need to comment this out, this is a type of comment. Dash dash is a type of comment. This is a type of comment. Okay. This is a type of comment. This is another type of comment. This is another type of comment. So we use this for individual rows. We use this for block of rows. Okay, I'll show you block of rows that we need to comment out. So for example, I have this other query, I put it here. I have this other query. Put it here. Let me take another query. Let me take this one. This other query, I have it here. So you see that when I apply the shortcut of using command / or control /, it does comment everything out individual lines, like a line comment, line. So take note, line comment, like a line by line, okay? So take a look at this. So if I do this, this is a group comment, group. You can see it took care of everything in between. And if I go back and take this one, I'm back to business. I can continue with my analysis here. So limit 1 is not commented. Here, it's commented to show that it's a subject. So there are different use cases of limit when you use a limit. So limit could be using comments, could be you're trying to give a description of what's happening to your query, or you're trying to give like direction. So now for this particular instance, see, when I take a limit, just here, I'm just saying this is how limit works. This would return a row. Okay. So this is just a demo. You see, the commenting would basically just, the interpreter would just ignore this. This is not part of the script. This is the script. You can see everything highlighted. The keyword select it's highlighted in blue. From is a keyword. Limit is a keyword. One is an integer. And when we run this, we have our row. What did we do? So we need to close this. So when we run this, we have this. Select all from users only. So it's saying select from line 25. What happened at line 25? Nothing is wrong with this. It's funny. So basically, this is how limit works. And then we can see that we will only return a row from this whole universe. So back to what we're talking about. I needed to see what this looks like, the table looks like. Okay, I have country, I have age, I have email, I have last name, I have user ID. So there is this question that we need to ask. How many distinct countries are present in the table? Can anybody take a guess? Who wants to win $1? Who wants to win $1? I have some people that cannot take a guess, okay? What did you say? What's your name and what you saying?
Seraphine, you were
Seraphine?
asking, yeah, you were asking how many countries do we think going to be on that table?
Yes, tell me. You want to take a guess?
One.
Okay, good. That's good answer. Good job, Seraphine. Seraphine just said just one. Any other person?
Yes, KB.
Oh,
Table
KB.
is
Thank you.
saying one. Because with the table we are saying is one.
Sorry. Don't speak until you're called, please. Be respectful. All right, please. KB, how many countries do you think are present on the table?
Sorry if I may ask. What table is it on username only?
No, yes. How many countries do you think are present on the table?
100.
100. Okay, good. Good. Any other person? I need 4 people. I just need 4. I don't want to call names. Don't cheat by checking. If you cheat, I'll know.
Blessing, I could say 50.
All right. Which of the blessing is this? And do you
Obasui.
what? Oh, Basui. Good job. So she said 50.
I
So the
second 50.
closest. Hello?
What's the question, please?
Chinny, I second 50.
52.
Chinny 50.
What's the question, coach?
25.
Who said 25?
Derek.
Derek 25.
Coach, what is the question?
The question is, what are the total number of unique countries on the table? Just take a
Toby,
guess. What did you
Toby,
say?
one.
Oh,
One.
one. Good job.
Yes.
What's your name?
Toby.
Toby, good job. That's good. I love the answer. All right. So, Miss Adebomi, you want to take a guess too?
Yes, I say one.
Oh, you said one? Oh, man, that's so good. I love one. I love one a lot. I love being number one.
Hi, this
All
is Blessing and I'll say
right.
one because it says limit one.
Oh, you're playing tricks on me now. Okay.
Wait, I thought you were saying like for the whole table, coach.
The
Like
whole table. So you only have one
yes,
time. The whole
like
table.
the only table, right? Not the limit one.
The only table, yes.
Yes, okay.
All right. So what kind of comments can we use on this group of names? Anybody can suggest what kind of comments we can use? Do we use the group or do we use the line
Group
comment?
comment. Group.
The
The
group.
group. Good job. Good job, guys. Good job. Good job. That's awesome. So I think the winner will get $1. And the person with the list number will pay that $1. Okay, so I'm not gonna pay it. That's the whole thing. So it's time to write a query, right? So moment of truth. So very simple. We want to utilize a keyword called distinct. We put that in here, and I don't want you guys to forget because we want to know who the winner is. And we're going to give the winner a score. So select distinct country from Oli. And the winner goes to us. Very simple. Everybody all lines up, and you can tell who the winner is, okay? We're just going to nominate, and you mention who the winner is. All right? So the first and first, you can see we all know who the winner is. See? You can see it's not one, it's no one. So we now need to go back to the answer. Now, to get the answer, right? We now need to count it. We now need to count. So now, Seraphine is out of the context. Toby's out of the context. Bumi is out of the context. Blessing is out of the context. So we're left with Derek, Blessing, Chinny, Derek, and I know who the winner will be, and KB as well. So let's select distinct country from users only. So
82.
all right. So now KB is out of the context. Derek is out of the context. And we only have 2 people, right? We have 2 people closer, this super close too. So we only have Blessing and Chinny to the next stage, right? So good. So Blessing and Chinny. Okay, not Blessing. It's Blessed or Basui.
100 is closer to it than 50 though.
What did you say?
100 is closer to it than 50.
We agree.
No,
100 is
50 is
closer.
50 is closer to 82. Come on, guys.
100 is above.
Come on. You're a data
100 is
scientist or a data
closer.
analyst.
100 is
100
closer.
is
100 is
How is
above.
is
50
100
is
closer? 50 is closer, okay? Okay, don't make
It's
mistakes. Okay?
45.
100 is way ahead. 100 is way ahead.
100,
Okay.
yes.
Okay, that's fine. That's
45,
fine.
coach.
What did you say?
45, 45.
Who's 45?
No, I mean the country should be, since the voucher is the maximum is 50, so it will not be more than 50.
It's 82.
All right. So don't make mistakes, okay? So now let's the 50 is the length of the countries, Jamaica. You know, Jamaica. How many strings you got in Jamaica? Spell it Jamaica, Eritrea, and all those kind of stuff, right? So let's go ahead with our competition, okay? We're still moving. We're moving forward. Okay? So Blessing Obasui, Chini, they move to the next stage. So what kind of comments can we use on this? Blessing and Chini. Anybody? What kind of comment? Group or line?
Line.
Group.
Okay. I know. Okay. So we're going to use a group because they're 2 and we're still tracking Blessing and Chini. All right. So we already know the count. the count of countries on the platform. So we have Blessing and Chini to the next stage. So this is first stage. So we're just going to label this first stage. And then we're going to have this second. So what kind of comment can I use on this single line? Anybody who's going to help me out?
Single comment.
A line comment. Line comment. Okay. So sounds good, guys. So we basically have Blessing and Chini, and then we'll go to the next phase. So this question basically returned 82 on always. 82 on always. Okay. You can do the same on your table to see how many unique countries you have when you do the extents. So this is the first question. And we're going to go to the next question that we're going to query on this users table. So we have age, right? We have age. Yes, good question. So the question, so how old? How old is the? No. That question is easy. Maximum, how? No. That's a very. What's the maximum age?
11.
Is that your guess, present?
Yes, Blessing Obasuyi.
You're in the table? Yeah,
11.
No cheating, okay?
No,
Maximum.
Blessing about say 11. Chini.
Wait, you said maximum age in the table.
Yeah, age. Yeah.
I'll go with
coach.
another 50.
You go 50. All right. So good. So now we're going to write a query to select. Very simple. Take note of these queries before we jump over the select marks. Okay. We're going to do age from so time of my heart's beeping.
70, I'm close.
And the winner is we all know the winner. So the winner is Chini.
Who's paying me?
A Blessing is going to pay you. All right. So that was good. So basically, the table is super interesting. You know, you have lots of questions to ask about the table. Okay. So there are other ways what we do to tables that you guys need to know about. We normally find duplicates in the table as well. Okay. So can anyone tell me what kind of duplicates we should find? Let's find duplicate names. Okay. You guys want to take a guess on that too? How many duplicate names we could find? This is fun, okay? Don't worry. I'll make sure you have all the queries. Find duplicate names on the table. So we probably go and find two things. I'll find the duplicate first names, and you guys will take turns to find the duplicate last name. All right? Okay, so are we guys guessing? Or we need okay, Chini needs to be on board. Yes, Chini is qualified. That's right. Chini is qualified. She won. And then we're taking a fresh one. So the first one is who's coming? So this is final round. Yes, final round. Final round. So if I need to comment this, what kind of comment do I use?
Line comment.
Is it a line comment? I want to be sure. I'm not sure. Who said line comment?
Chini.
No, you're wrong. Mr. Olani Abimbola, what kind of comment do we use on this?
Regrouped.
Oh no, Chin is right. We don't do group. We do when it's single, we do line. Okay, guys, please follow. Don't make me call you when you're sleeping. Take notes. We do group when it's more than one. We need to comment. We do group when it's just single. We just do one. Okay, so
Sorry, I thought we were
so
helping you with the first names. My bad.
you were helping with the first name.
Yeah,
Who's helping with the first name?
Olani.
Olani. Okay, so you're going in. Okay, awesome. Good job. Thank you. So
That's what I
who's
said.
coming in again? Who's coming?
Clifford.
Clifford. Good.
I'm blessing.
Which blessing?
Obasuyi.
No, you lost. You can't come in. You are owing at the moment.
Chime.
Chime. Okay, I like that. I see men coming to challenge. So who's coming? I'll choose the owner of the table itself. Okay. So, and I would now I'm randomly choosing. I see. Okay. There's yes, Ubani. I've not heard of Ubani today. Where's Ubani today? Ubani, and then is Ubani here?
I'm present. I'm here.
You're
Good
present. Then
evening.
Ford, then Aderemi. Yes.
I'm here. Ford is
You're
here.
here. Ford is here. Okay, now good. I know some people. I know their names, but I can't find them. I'm on a black screen right now. I can't see anyone. Yes, I have a friend, Ogumoko. Yeah, Shegun, where are you? Where are you, Shegun? Shegun, you sleeping? Are you here today?
Yes, I'm here.
Oh, yes, you're not sleeping. Yes, you're here. All right, Chini. So, Chini, how many duplicate first names do we have on the table?
I'll guess maybe 8.
8. You sure you didn't cheat?
No.
Mr. Lani, how many duplicate names?
I'll say 5.
5. Good number. I like that number. Clifford, how many duplicate names?
I'll take 3.
Good number. I like that number too. Chime, how many duplicate numbers? Chime, don't cheat, okay? You're thinking.
I'll say 48.
Jeez. Wow, that's a lot. Olive, how many duplicate do you have on your table? How many duplicate first names do you have on your table?
5.
You got 5? Don't cheat.
I'm not sure.
Don't cheat. Ubani, how many do you have on that table? No cheating.
I'll go with 10.
10, okay. So basically, this final round, the winner's gonna get 50. The winner's gonna get 50. All right. It's final round, so be ready. So Ford, how many?
8.
8. Good job. Aderemi, how many? How many numbers?
I'll go with 6.
6. Okay, that's good. Shego, how many?
15.
15. Damn.
Yes.
15 plus 6, 21, 29, 39, 44, 92, 95, 100, 108. Okay, that's good. 108 is a lucky number. So now let's go. We're going to write a query. We need to find duplicate first name on the table. So select, first name, comma, count, the extent.
Since I'm in a class, so
Count the extent.
there was no bitter leaf soup.
Oh.
It had finished.
Will you stay muted if you're not talking? Moderator, can you mute, please? All right. So count first name. Count first name.
from users only. Moment of truth. Select first name, count first name from users only, and then we are going to group by, I want you guys to see it. I want you guys to see what's going on in there. Group by first name. All right? Group by first name. Users only, group by first name. So let's see what's going on. All right. So, aha. So we see Becky. Becky is a duplicate. You see the number 2. And okay, now you guys have seen what's going on. You've seen what the records looks like. Okay, now it's time to see what's going on. So to find the results, we are going to now say having count first name greater than 1. All right, now it's time. It's time to know who the winner is. And I think who the winner is. I think I know. So now let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Aderemi is doing something. Aderemi, did you check this table out?
I'm not.
All right. All right. Good. Good. So now see. We've just seen what the result looks like. That was first round. We already know who the winner is. So, but between, before I'll bring the, I'll pull out the result in no time. Okay. So we now need to know. We need to know the count. All right. So we're not done with the query. So we need to know the count. So you can now say, can I select count star as final stage winner? Let's close this. So it's readable. All right. So here goes the winner. Oh, what happened? Select count star from table A. What's going on? Yes, star. What happened? Select count star. Yeah, from yeah, arranging it correctly. And I'll make sure I get that. Okay. Let's put out what's going on. And the final stage winner is 6.
I won.
Yes, you did. So you won. Congratulations.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right.
All right, so you guys start putting all the money together for the winner, okay? Don't think twice. So the winner is Aderemi on that on the final round, and then I hope you guys learned some few things here. So what I've just basically put forward is being able to like utilize distinct, use count, and all that. Okay. So similarly, if you want to check for last name, all you need to do is just switch this last, switch the last on this. Anybody want to take a guess on the last name? Anybody want to take a guess on the last name? How many last name are duplicates?
Let me say 4.
Just 4. Okay. Any other person?
Olani will say 3.
Or you guys want to take another guess again?
Yes.
Say 6, coach.
Who's saying 6?
No.
Olani is saying 3.
Sorry, 1 second. Was that in Jude? You said 6?
Yes, coach.
All right. So
Olani saying 3.
I said 4.
no, I need to get the name. Lani said how many? 6?
3.
Oh, you said 3?
Yeah.
Clifford 3.
Clifford 3?
Yes, sir.
KB 6.
Who's 6?
KB.
KB. Okay, new entry. Man, Aderemi, your money's at stake, you know.
It shouldn't be.
It shouldn't be. It's a bonus round, right? X. KB said how many? 3?
6.
6. Okay, 6. What you said?
7.
7. Okay, cool. Ford.
No, I said KB said 6.
I said 4.
Oye saying 7.
Who's saying 7?
Oye.
Oh,
If
I
the
don't have your
question
name.
still duplicate last names, sir.
Yes. Oh, here's a new entry, right?
Yeah, 7.
7.
Can I still mention a number?
Wait 1 second. Charles?
3.
Charles 3. Good.
Okpe 2.
What did you say?
Okpe 2.
Hold on. I need to get through. Now you guys want to win her money. Come on, don't do that. Charles 3. Oh,
Well,
yeah.
2.
2. So
Rooting
have
for
0.
Okpe. I'm rooting for Okpe 2.
Who's rooting for Okpe?
Alabanji.
Olabanji. Okay, 2. Okay, I think some guys are cheating now. They're coming up with 2. That's too much. 0. 2. All right. So no more entries. No more new entries. That's too much. So Ford, what number are you coming with?
I said 4.
4. So Aderemi, what number are you coming with?
I was going to say 4, but I don't know if I can still
You're
say
gonna
4.
say 4? Oh yeah,
Yes.
it's on you. You got 50 in the pocket. So Mr. Shegun, what number are you going with?
Let me go for 4.
Okay. Okay. So Olivia, what number are you going with?
I would say 5.
You wanna go 5 again?
Yes.
All right. It's your table. You need to your table. You put your table on the spot. Ubani, what number are you going with?
I'll go with 6.
You go with 6. Chime, what number are you going with?
6.
You're going 6. Okay, Chini, what number are you going with? Okay, Chini has $1 in the kitty.
Yeah, my little dollar.
Yes, your little dollar.
I'll go with 5.
You go with 5. Okay, cool.
Now let's moment of truth. So we checked our query, select last name, count last name. So basically this will count all the last name. This will count the last name that we have. This one here, the last name, will be used to group it. Okay? And then we want to take any last name that is greater than 1. Any last name that is greater than 1 is a duplicate. Okay? So now let's see where we are.
0.
7, 7, 7, 7.
I got it. Oh yeah.
7, 7.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
You just get it or you guessed right.
7. 1,
I ran the
2,
query. I have
3,
it open on
4.
my screen.
Oh, you ran a query? Oh,
Yeah,
you
I just substituted the
cheated.
first name to the last name.
You cheated. You cheated. Oh, thank you for confessing. It's a guessing
So
game.
I'm
So
very,
the
I'm very,
so
very
the
close.
thank you. So the you guessed. So you disqualified. You checked. You're disqualified. Sorry. Thanks for confessing. I like integrity. Okay. We'll talk about that behind closed doors. Thank you. So now we would go for the closest. So we have KB. We have KB and Jude. Is that fair? Yes or no, guys?
And Chime says 6 too.
Yes. We have Chime, we have Ubani.
Bunny.
Yeah, so you guys don't want to take the today's lecture, right? You're taking it in reverse.
Can you scroll a little bit the query again, please? Just scroll up.
Yes, I will. Just 1 second. Let me block this. Control V. Okay. Any other 6 that I skipped? No other 6. So we are going to take all this. We're going to take all this. And then we're going to take it to the parking lot. So we would focus on the query. So can anyone tell me what kind of comments we're going to use on this group of guys?
Group.
Group.
Multiple.
Multiple. The keyword actually is to use group. Multiple might be tough. So we do this. We're playing games so we can learn this over and over. All right. So we have Jude, KB, Ubani, and Chime. Okay. So now we're going to take a look at that table again, and then we are going to generate a question. So I can throw it open to Jude, KB, and Ubani, and Chime. What kind of question we need to get from this table? So remember, like I said, every table must make sense. If the table doesn't make sense, we won't get insights from it. So we want to get insights from this table. That's the reason why we are putting the data together. All right. So we have this table right now. Okay. We have user ID, first name, last name, email, age, country, and all that. All right. So Jude, KB, Ubani, Chime, what kind of questions do you have for this table? And those questions will determine the kind of query we write and the expected results. Or let's get somebody neutral to help you guys. So you guys might be, so let me call on somebody neutral. Hey, Miss Joanne, how are you? Good evening. How's it going? You're very well?
Yeah, thank you.
All right. So now taking a look at this table, what question do you think you have for this table?
I want to select.
Hello, can you speak up, please?
Okay, I'll say select countries, maybe.
Okay, countries that does what?
Yeah.
Sorry, countries that does what?
That's starting with an A, letter A.
Countries that start, can you put it in the chat, please?
Okay.
Please, yes.
Okay, I'll do so.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so you want to know the count? Is that what you're trying to say?
Yes, count.
Okay. All right, can you put it in the chat, please?
Can I suggest something too?
Oh, you have a question? Put it in the chat so that we can do that. But you can, you're loud and clear. You can also tell me.
Okay, so I wanted to suggest if we can look for same person, two people that or three people or five people that has the same last name. Like how many people has the same last name or the same first name?
Or how many people have same first name, same
Or
last
same
name?
last name, right?
Same first name. Okay, they have same first name and same last name.
Oh no, I mean like or either you were searching for one or the other.
Yeah. Okay. You want those to combine both
No, separately.
separately?
Yes.
Okay. Put it. Oh, don't worry. Let me write it.
Okay, thank you.
Suki.
All right.
Suki.
So you really the competition is getting tougher. Okay, let me.
Go thanks.
Yes. Okay, I'm trying to get your question. Countries starting with letter A. Good stuff.
Take.
If you're not speaking, please stay muted.
Can I contribute?
Yeah, please. You want to put your question in the chat?
Okay.
That'll be good. So let's get first. Let's put the question. Let's copy the question. So good questions. Let's copy the questions from the chat. So we put it there. No cheating. Okay. No cheating. That was a very good question, Miss Joanne. All right.
I can't see the questions.
Oh, what questions? I want
The
to.
one
I'm
that put
pasting.
in the chat.
No, not in the chat. Oh, yes. There was a question from Miss Joanne. She put it there.
Can I prove my question too? KB.
All right, go ahead.
Okay.
Put it in the chat so that I can copy it and paste it here.
Okay.
Yeah, so we all in the clear. Everybody is trying. Control V. So she said, count of countries starting with letter A. Good. So you can begin to send your votes in now. Jude, KB, Ubani, and Chime. So how many users have age greater than 830? Oh, wicked people here. Okay, Chime said 2. Send something. Good. So
One.
you guys want to have you
Coach,
don't have a tough round. What did you say?
The countries that let's start with A1.
Oh, who's that?
Jude.
Jude, so your guess is 1.
Yes, that's the country that start with letter A, 1. But the
Okay.
age user is 5.
Hold on. It's 1 by 1. Remember, no cheating. It's a guesswork.
Yes.
You know you can query it, right? But the thing
That's true.
is,
Yeah.
we wanna give room
I'm
for
guessing.
guesswork. You wanna guess? Okay, guess. Good guess. So
when you're done, I have an unrelated question, please. When you have a chance.
Sorry, Coach.
Yeah.
I don't have access to this information.
What information is there?
I mean the chart.
The chart? No, that's not possible.
The database that you're using today, I don't have access to it.
Oh, you don't have access to the database? Who's speaking?
That's Chime.
Okay, yeah, we'll talk in the parking lot, okay?
Okay.
Yeah, parking lot. Okay. So let's quickly get to this. All right, KB, you are cheating, so you've been disqualified.
How? I'm not cheating.
So who put the query in the chat?
I did.
So why would you put the query
You,
in the chat?
you asked us to put it in the chat.
No, I didn't say put it in the chat. Put your what's the count? You need to. It's a
Oh,
guessing game, right?
oh, okay. I thought you said that we should write our question.
Or your question is just a basic question, right? So there
Yes.
are other questions like, we can also query first 5 names greater than 5 letters. Yeah. All right. Those are good questions. First, we have to query first names. We can also query first names greater than 5 letters. All right. So which one you guys want to go for? So the one that's not easy for you guys to cheat on.
We'll go for countries starting with A.
No, I don't think so. That one is easy. A lot of people go there. I think I like the one with query first 5 names greater than 5 letters. We'll take the count. All right. We'll take the count. Okay. So guys, these are good questions, and I would take turn to write all of them. But let's take the guess for the first one. All right. Let's take the count for the first one. Mr. Charles, number of days for data entry does not relate with this to this table. All right. This is like a table, users table. So we're trying to query the table to get interesting facts from it. I just want to make you understand that your table is interesting. Think about anything, and then you can query it out. And it's happening now. So let's take this first one. Let's Jude, KB, Ubani, you want to take a guess? What guess, KB?
Yes.
Yeah, I said 1, coach.
Okay, Ubani.
3.
Ubani said 3. Chime, how many?
8.
8.
KB 4.
4. Okay, we'll find out. All right, so guys, so we would write a query where that says select. Let's start with star first. Let's see all the countries that starts with that. Select all from users only. Okay. Now we're going to be using what we call a row filter. So we're using this where country like, this is a wild card. Okay. It's a wild card. So there are 2 things. Okay. We'll figure it out. The table might contain lowercase or it might contain uppercase. Okay. So let's do something. Let's say capital A, and then we use the ampersand. Ampersand would basically return anything. Let's say, for example, any other word that goes Algeria, any country, Andorra, so we're not specifying. If we add N here, it will look for countries that has AN, but we want to start with country that has A, that begins with A. All right. So let's now select country, and then we'll see. Most likely you'll see duplicates, then we'll now work it again. Okay. So let's see count of countries starting with letter A. All right. So let's close it. Let's look around and see if we have anything that's unclosed. And then let's run this. Okay. Select country from users only, where country like A, starts with A. right, let's see this. And you can see we have some countries. We have Australia, Argentina, Algeria, Argentina, Algeria, Austria, Andorra, Angola, Armenia. Okay? Take note of what I talked about. See small letter A, capital letter A, and all that. So now let's add this to know the count, to know the distance. Okay? So now see this. Dixtinct. Okay? Distance is a keyword. So let's leave that table so you compare. Can you notice something? Algeria, we had Algeria twice here, right? 1, 2. All right. This was the full one without the distance. So with the distance, that's taking away the duplicates. All right. So now let's go back. Let's go back and take a count. So if we need to take a count,
What's the distinct?
distinct is unique.
Okay, you wrote it. Okay.
Unique.
Yes, I said it.
Yes, unique. Unique. Okay. So let's take a count of the distinct country as count country. Okay. So we will basically now know who the winner is. All right. So if we run this, we see that 8. Chime was correct.
I was even correct.
Oh, you were correct in the chat. You were correct in the chat. You were not.
Yes.
You didn't enter the competition, Miss
Yeah, I was
Adebumi.
just doing it though.
You cheated.
Oh, I did not.
All right. Okay, so good. So on this slide, Chime won the first round. So Chime is on his way to win. Right. So Chime, that's a good one. So we have 2 more, right? We have 2 more, guys. 2 more. Please take note of what's going on. We are basically querying this table, and I'm sure you guys are enjoying the table, right? Similar to, I can take your table and we'll do the same. All right. But just make sure that you have data on your table. So let's do this. So let's do this 10 minutes so we can take the class notes another 10 minutes. So now we have to take care of how many users have age greater than 38. This is good. So we would now take this query. We take this query, paste it here. Then we would now say we replace this with user ID. All right. From where she said age greater than 38. But before we do that, let's see, let's say old G's. So anybody older than 38 is an OG. Okay? So let's see all the OGs first before we see the count. All right, guys? You see? Let's see all the OGs greater than 38. So the person that sent this question wants to know who's older than her in this class. So we see Carol, Mimi, Tenny, Abby, Stella, Benny. They are all older than 38. Okay? Take note of the age. All right? 61, 42, 42, 52. All right. So to just make it clearer, let's do what we call multiple. Let's take first name. Let's take first name, and then let's take the age. Okay, so we can see the table clearly, right? So we have Carol 42, Mimi 52, and all that. You won't see anybody who is 38 years old. You can see they're all greater than 38. Okay, so now let's take a count of this situation. All right, a count of the situation. So the counts run, and then we have 53 people older than 38 from that table. So we have OGs 53. Okay, that was good. So now this is another interesting question that we're going to take, and that will be the last for this round. Okay, so we want to query first 5 names greater than 5 letters. Okay, we've learned about counts. So what we need to do, we need to just implement what we call length. So we say select all. Okay, that's first. Let's start with that first. Let's say first name, so that you guys can see the proof. Select first name, comma, length. Length, you can see it's blue, right? That shows is a keyword. Okay. From users only. Users only. Where we now need to take this one. Okay. Remember the question, right? Miss Joan, she's very tactical with her questions. Greater than, what did you say? Greater than 5 letters. Is a very, very good question. Very good question. All right. So we now need to select first name, length first name from users only, where length of first name is greater than 5. So let's say as name length. All right. So let's see that. Okay. We need to make sure we close that statement, and then we'll run it. So there is, we have Blessing, 8 letters, Shagun, 6, Bridget, 7, Stella, 6, Cynthia, 7, Harrison, 8, Gloria, 6. You can see everybody greater than 5. Everybody greater than 5. So the question was, we first query first names greater than 5 letters. All right. All
Coach, I
right.
have a question.
Yes.
So basically, I wanted to ask, whenever you're learning how to query, do you have any tips that helps you master how to do it?
Practice,
Any
practice,
tricks?
practice, practice.
Okay.
Practice, practice, practice. So we keep practicing, and the concept you learn by reading. The concept you learn by reading. Then you practice. Then you have a thought about what your table should look like. Similarly, that's why I decided to utilize users underscore only. And then you guys take a look at the table and then, okay, no way. I want you to query first names greater than 5 letters. Somebody said users greater than age greater than 38. That way, basically, we are basically getting in there and then we're walking through it, right? So we think about it and we try to query it. Okay. So it's simple. It could be more complicated than this, but this is a good way to start. I want you guys to understand that querying is not difficult. It's interesting. We can always get it together. Okay. These queries will be sent to you guys, and you guys can play around it.
learn all the concept, and I will still teach this concept. Okay, so let's go into
Thank you.
yes. Let's go into today's presentation, and then if you have questions, you can ask me as well. But let's quickly take this very simple presentation just to give you more understanding of what you've been doing this past week. All right, so there is this concept basically where we want to make sure that we can identify the kind of data that we work with, right? Want to make sure that we can identify those data sets. So we basically deal with a lot of data types in SQL, and the different data types. I want to make sure that I walk you guys through the different data types today. So the overview of this is, when we created the table with the users only, which we use as an example today. Users only is just all over the place today. I'm sure you'll be the first to watch this video. So there are different data types when we created our table. We utilized int when we're trying to create a user ID, that's integer. We utilize variable character, which is more like a variable, and a character, which is like string alphabets. So that's what we call a variable character when we declare those. You can have mix of numbers as variable characters as well. So we have bit value types, we have date time value types, we have Boolean. Okay, so we're going to go all through that today, and then very briefly, and then we can take questions, and then we can have some other moments of who knows how to do this, who doesn't know how to do that, and then we can take care of situations. Okay, so let's get through it really quick. So just like I mentioned previously, during the intro, I talked about how we created our other users table we practice with, which was the users only table that had different types of data. So we're going to talk about numerical data types. We're going to talk about text data types. We're going to talk about Boolean data types. And we're going to have an example, and then we're going to conclude with a very good classwork that you guys going to practice with. And you guys will get into some, if you have some time, you can get into a breakout room and then connect with your pair and then do some very quick stuff. It's very good. And again, I want to tell you guys, big congratulations for those of you who practiced from Sunday till yesterday and in class today. That's 7/7, and that's good stuff. And I believe you're no longer the same when you got started as a novice or as a beginner. You should probably head into your intermediate level in a couple of months from now. So let's get started. So we already know structured query language. We use this every day to basically organize different types of data into our table. So if we're taking a look at the users only table, you'll see how we were able to place a user ID. We also added age, we added email, we added a country, and we also added a date. So that's what a typical table looks like. So, but the most important thing is for every column, when you define that, hey, this column, like the age column, should be integer. If it's integer, a variable character like an alphabet cannot go in there. Your table, it will flag an error when you're trying to insert an alphabet into an age declared column. Okay. So similarly, see what we're doing here. For example, if you have a table called car, if the manufactured year is 2018, you cannot have ABC as part of that. So it will just be the year 2018, 2019, 1978. Probably when you declare the integer, you said it's going to be 4-letter or 4-stringed integer. So you can know that a year is always 4, right? Just like we'll have it till now. So say similar, take a look at a table car with manufactured year, the color of the car, the horsepower, the price, and the electricity. So the electricity is a Boolean. A Boolean is always a true or a false. It's either true or false. All right. And you can see the price. Price has price is like a decimal, like a float. 34.99 naira, $34.99, £34.99, 34.99 yen, it has decimals. If you go to a store and the price of a commodity is $34.5, and you give the shop attendant $40, you want to get your change back, which is going to be close to about $5.50 on top of the amount you paid. So the currency is very, very important. Price is very, very important as a float or decimal. So if you take a look at this table, you see the table is built around data types. The data type is what we're going to be talking about today. They're not too complex. They're very simple to go around with. And another point is for a column, the data type basically restricts the set of values that will be stored in the column. Similar to what I said, that when you have red, the color is red black, you cannot enter a value of 2 in there because it's not a variable character. Okay, if you want to put 2 as a color, you have to put it in a string format. So it will no longer be known as a number, it will be known as a string. All right. So yes, let's walk through this. So when we utilize SQL, SQL basically utilizes the American National Standards Institute, which is ANSI. So that's why sometimes the SQL we write, we call it ANSI SQL. It's American Standard. So we call it ANSI SQL. And with ANSI SQL, we have ways of declaring our data type. So we have the integer, we have the float, we have the decimal, we have the variable character, which is VARCHAR, and we have the Boolean. Okay, so we're going to be working around this today, and then providing some clear examples and then definitions around that. So the integer types, right? It's a numeric data type. And for integer, they have some very good characteristics around what you use them for. You will notice that we use integers for numbers that is quantifiable, like age, it's quantifiable. Age, user ID is quantifiable. So now within this integer, there are different types of integer, which I'll put to you today, and I would shed more light into that as we go. So for integer, let me pull up my VS Code to just write some few things for you guys to see. So for integer, types of integers. So there is what we call tiny int. These are bytes. They are bytes, like very small bytes, and they have a minimum value, and they also have a maximum value. So when you declare something as tiny int, the minimum value to tiny int is -128, and the maximum value is 127. 127. Okay, so it's a 1 byte. Tiny int is a 1 byte. All right. So when we talk about small int, so it depends on the database you're using, and you will begin to notice all these kind of data sets, depending on your organization. So for small int is a 2 byte kind of value, where the minimum is -32768, and the maximum is just a +1 of this. Just add +1, so it becomes 32767. So sometimes people just ask you, hey, what's the maximum number What's the maximum number of a typical tiny int? Yes. So when you set all this, the system would basically help you annotate this. Any number greater than that, it's not accepted. All right. Yes. So there are other ones. I would just list them out so you understand. You see the int right for it, just like tiny integer. Then there is the medium. We have the medium. We have the medium int. We have the medium int. So this MySQL does not recognize this. So now we recognize int. Also take note, you see that? It does not recognize the regular int, the medium int. Now that's integers, right? So you see, it does recognize that. Then there is the big int, BRGINT. It does recognize this one as well. But you can see that this SQL does not recognize medium int. So the numbers increase as we continue to move. Like this medium int is labeled as a 3 bytes with like 7 digits. It's like 7 digits. And similarly, int is labeled as a 4 byte. And the big int, is labeled as 8 bytes. So this is big. This can take as much as 2 raised to power the caret sign. It can take close to about 2 raised to power 63 in terms of numbers, the number of digits or number of strings it can take. Right. So this can take close to about 10 digits. So this can take about 10. This can take about 7. This can take 7. Okay, like 7. What I mean 7, like 2, like 7. 3. Yes, like 7. This can take 10 of this, 10 of these ones. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This can take, just like if you write 2 here, you can take 63 of that 2. Okay. So those are the type of ints that we basically have: tiny ints, small ints, medium ints, and all that. Okay. So we can basically lock this one or comment it out as well using a line comment. You can decide to use a group. Then there is this other one we want to talk about as well. In everyday life, we use decimal, like I mentioned earlier. Most times we use decimal when we basically trying to calculate something that has some finite values, that you can basically round up. Body temperature, whether you're counting precious finances or you're counting something that is like a scale, where you probably going to be using decimal values. And we know decimal values has to do with 36.6 and all that. So SQL supports that data type, decimal. And in decimal, we have 2 parameters to decimal. We have 2 parameters to decimal. And then for decimal, we can have a scale, which is more like, having 2 digits to the right of the decimal point, just like saying 23.22, you have 0.22 to the right. So, and again, precision is the total count of digits in the number. Okay, total count of digits. So if we say a typical value we have is 22.22, so the precision is 4. How many digits do we have in there? So we have 4, like 22.22 is like 4 2s. All right. So that's a decimal. And for a decimal, basically, it's still part of the family we call float. In between, So where this lies is the decimal, the float, and the double. Okay, double is when you have values like 1.79766666. It can take up to about 53 precision. That's the total number of digits you have up there. So the same way, a float data type is more like an approximate data type. We use it for floating points. Similar to how you have floating points as decimals. By showing you this, let me show you a typical decimal. A decimal. Decimal can be let's say 99.99. Decimal, 99.99. Okay, decimal. And if we declare this as a decimal in SQL, if we need to declare this is declared as the scale and the precision. So this is 5 digits, and it's how many decimal places does it have? Can somebody tell me? How many decimal places?
2 decimal places.
It has 2 decimal places. So this is declared as decimal 52. All right. So if this value is declared as a decimal, so what is the definition here? Can somebody tell me the definition of this decimal? What's the definition?
Float, maybe?
Sorry? How many nines do we have?
7.
7. So it's
7.
so the decimal is declared as 7 on there. Okay. So so now let me give you another instance. All right. So what's the difference between this decimal why do we have it as this? Tell me why we have this decimal. If we have a decimal declared as this,
That means,
what does that mean?
are you asking for the 50?
Yes,
59.
let's
Yes,
be
okay.
let's be respectful, don't speak over one another. So tell me, why do we have decimal declared as 50?
Because it's 59 without the decimal point.
No point, correct?
Yes.
There is no point. 5, no point. 50. Okay? 50. So when we declare something like this, when we say we have a float, and we say 7, 4, who can tell me what that value will look like? 7, 4. A float of 7, 4. Yes?
Can I tell you?
Yes, go ahead.
It will be 7 nines. Let's assume it's a nice point. 4 nines.
4 nines.
Okay, 7 nines.
79.49.
0.49.
As in
Yes.
9 in 4 places at the back after the.
Or after?
No, that's it.
No.
No, 7 in front now.
Nope.
7 nines before.
Nope.
It's
This
7.49.
is right.
Nope.
This is correct, sir.
Oh, this is
So-
okay. Sorry, this is
So
Nancy.
remember we
you.
talked about
The
scaling.
decimal is 4. Sorry, this is 7.4.
Remember we talked about scaling. We talked about scaling, and then we talked about precision. Okay, precision basically tells you the number of digits within your value, and then your scale will tell you how many decimal points you want your value to be. All right. Cool. That's good. So apart from that as well, we also have values like double. You can see it's all blue, right? So double.
So,
Double is
Richard, please,
not.
what's the difference between float and decimal? Are they the same thing?
Okay, yes. It's on the level of accuracy. So for a decimal, you want to specify the decimal point, but for floats, you want to be able to like, I want all the values of my money. I want all the values of my precious money. I don't want anything truncated or rounded. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
No.
Okay, so let's do this. See this. So for float, basically, we don't float of 5, 4, right? No, I'll do 7. I'll do 7, 4. All right. 7. Of line 137 and 138, which one is bigger? Which one has the bigger value?
Please, the
Line
question.
137.
Line 137 and line 138, which one is bigger?
137.
Who said 137?
Olashade.
Any other person?
138, because you're showing all the odd numbers.
All the numbers, all my money is stated in there. All my money, all my balance is stated. Okay? You can see the float level. The float allows you to take more decimals. All right? See the difference? It allows you to see everything you got. Okay? All right. So
Okay.
yeah, okay. Take note. See the quantity, see the level of accuracy. That's what the float brings in. So your bank account is limited as a float. So that anything that has to, even if it's infinitesimal, depending on the level of consequences, and you need to be able to know what your value is, right? So it brings that in easily. All right. All right. Good. Makes me love mathematics a bit, So, of course, one may want to process something other than numeric data. SQL basically also supports types like variable character, the one I mentioned earlier. So variable character is more like you want to be able to like insert strings. We call alphabets like strings in most programming languages. Okay, like apple, plum, peach. We want to be able to like pass them into this table as a variable character. So the strings orange and banana will exceed the length restriction, and the system will either truncate them or generate an error. So remember when we were declaring this table called users only, okay? When we were declaring this table called users only, right? Let's look for a typical users Olabanji, for example. You see that when the name was declared, he said 50. 50 is the length. Anything greater than 50, it will be truncated. Say, for example, you're using the word flossy, palsy, nihilipilification, right? If you put that word as a first name, it will be truncated. Okay? That's one of the longest words in the Oxford Dictionary. All right? So that first name will be truncated. If you have long names like all these Indian long names with their forefathers and mid-fathers and their name and their current name all packed together as one as last name, it will be truncated when it gets to this level. Or it can only take 50 characters. All right? So the length is what we put in bracket here as 50. All right? So cool. All right. So here we go with the Boolean types. So the Boolean type basically represents logic. Okay? So it's just like me saying, am I a man? True or false? Who can respond to that? Am I a man? True or false?
True.
True. Yes. I only return true. But it can be false if I'm dressed in a wrong way, right? If I speak like a lady, you would pass me for a lady. All right? So true or false? Boolean basically returns true or false. We're going to be processing data like that. And then we pass some values. I would say, okay, if this is true, do this. If this is true, do this. If this is false, do this. So we basically use all those Boolean data to pass some definition to our table. Okay, so now let's have some fun with this table. You see, let's consider an example here without going back to our previous table from the class assignment. So we want to create a table called census. You can do anything with a table. You can do anything with SQL, similar to how I talk about how we process data, how we handle data as well. So now let's get this right. Let's consider a table. We need to define a table. We need to create a table called table census, and with 5 columns. ID of type integer, ID, like a number, name of type, variable character, type data character. If the data type is a variable character, the length is 20. Then the birthplace, latitude, type of real. Real number is like float, real is like float, real is like decimal, real is like double, okay? That's a definition as well, but we majorly use ANSI, which is decimal or float or double. All right. So the year income, okay, year income, it's a decimal with 22. Like the person could be earning close to like a billion or a trillion, so you can see it has only 2 decimal places, but all the total digits in this decimal will be 20, then with a 2 decimal place. Okay. And again, it's saying is the person a parent, true or false? Okay, so I have a question. I have a question for you guys on this one. So if I was married and I have 2 kids, on this table, will his parent be true or false?
True.
Correct. It will be true. Those are some scenarios around this process. All right. So,
Can
okay,
I
wait.
ask a quick question that may
Yes.
be a little? Does SQL has anything to do with the Ruby programming language or no?
I know Ruby programming language is an object-oriented language. So
Okay.
yes, so that's the difference.
Okay.
Okay, so it's not part of, but you can pull SQL into Ruby. Does that make
Okay.
sense?
Yes.
Because you need to associate, you need to communicate with data, right? So you
Yes.
call the SQL library to basically operate your data, because Ruby basically needs a backend to work as well, which is data. All right.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
All right. So data may be diverse, and SQL supports an extensive set of data types to represent this diversity. So we have discussed a basic subset of data types, and there is more, and we will unravel them as we go. Okay? So tomorrow we're going to talk about date and time types. I'm going to show you some examples on Boolean types, and we're going to do some bit value as well, some bit value as well. Okay? All right. This is the fun part, right? Where you guys get to say good night and you guys get to do some small assignment, right? So far so good. Any questions? Are you guys? Oh, I was boring today.
No, yes, I have a question, even though it might not be directly related to what you're talking